Hello everyone, welcome back to Idle Zeros. We are back on the Holmes Young account where we built Holmes Young as our first Transcendence hero. He's an A tier, giant killer. He's very tanky. Look at that attack stat. Look at that HP stat rather. Pretty awesome. He's T5 now, which is pretty cool. We have an advanced core. He's almost fully sublimed. We need one more melon chest to finish this one out, or two 45k limit chests, but we'll get those eventually. We have an Ilamok. I don't know if I showed that off, but he's going to be our second Transcendence hero. So that'll be exciting when it comes. We are almost halfway there towards our second Transcendence hero. So we'll get there when we get there. Today, we are going to be doing some more PvP testing. In the last one, if you saw, we test against my main, 113 million power. We are at 34. But the funny thing is, we can reliably win against this team now, which kind of feels bad because this is my account that we're beating up, but it also feels good because this is my account that we're using to beat it up. So I'm kind of conflicted. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome setup we got now. Basically, my main account stands no chance. So who does that leave to test against? We'll just skip this because I accidentally hit next instead of confirm. Well, we have one more dude who just recently cleared Dominator. So this is the ultra strong Giga Chad Mockman guy on our server, who has recently given me the green light to go ahead and test on his account. As you can see, he has 4 Transcendence heroes. He's running SAHY core, and he has an A- Mockman. So what I think would be fun to do is to show you some combat between the two of our teams and see what we can do. So SAHY obviously dodging the Omen Rift, so he doesn't need to take the first active skill, but I imagine we'll have to take quite a few later on. And I forgot to show you the setup I have on my homes, so I'll do that in just a second. Perceptual disorder on the Mockman, so we dodge the second active as well. And then the Ignis obviously keeps us from getting CC'd, but SAHY is incredible. What an incredible hero. And then Mogman, of course, is just going to outdamage us regardless. The setup we run on him is HP, Gilded Purple Fan, full tank enables, crit damage reduction, Control Purify, which you probably don't need, but a lot of people run Rui Scepter on Aspen, and he actually punches through the Ignis control immunity sometimes, which we don't like. We have armor, we have damage reduction, and we have block, which seems to be very helpful. We have the legendary skin, of course. And then we need to go to the home real quick. So we have B minus Holmes Young in slot 1, Annabelle slot 2 with the skin, Eos slot 3, and Azrael slot 4. Unfortunately, the Azrael doesn't have a skin, and he's an assassin, so he gives terrible stats. So it feels bad that we have to invest in his home, and we have to invest in his home because Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok will be your second trans, and he'll be serving as a tenant once I get him. So Azrael will be kicked off the account once that happens. So we're going to see if that win against David was a fluke, or if we can do it semi-consistently. I expect that we'll get smashed sometimes. We need to see what happens when SAHY gets the Omen Rift, which he doesn't again, but we'll watch through this anyway, because it's fun. And then I was thinking about combining this with another Vortex video, but I think I'm just going to make that a second video. Yeah, I'd rather just not bloat one video. Looks like we're going to take a loss here, but SAHY just takes an entire active from Star Swordsman Mockman. Healing back up. Lion's going to give him some more shields. Perceptual Disorder on the Mockman again. Perceptual Disorder on the Jara as well. Now we are perceptual disordered, so it's just going to be a battle between Holmes Youngs. And we take the loss there. Holmes Young was the hero. Oh man, he's so incredible. So strong. We take the Omen Rift. We didn't get all 5 chases, so his tank ability doesn't look super impressive, but maybe we'll get it soon enough. We're going to get perceptual disordered here, which means we're not going to be able to do anything for the next 2 rounds. There we go, taking another active from the Mockman. Unbending Will saving us there. Looks like we might die here. Yeah. So it could be that the first battle was a fluke, but either way, I'm still going to market the hell out of this video with that first win. So sorry. It might be a little bit clickbaity, but we did win, so not entirely clickbaity. I'm not really sure what the next plan is for the account after I get the Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok. I'm thinking Azrael, actually, because of the core synergy, but we will have to see. I'll obviously have the E5 Azrael built already, so it wouldn't be that much of a pain. I'm not really sure what his tenants are, though. I'm thinking of picking up at least 1 panda. This one's looking pretty good. There we go. Another win for us. Awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, I'll obviously need to pick up a better copy if I do get Trans Azrael as my 3rd trans. We'll have to see. I was thinking about getting another SAHY tenant, but the problem is that if we look at SAHY's other tenant slot, it's Sword Flash or Mockman. And to be honest, I don't really see either one of them being super useful to the account. I could technically run Mockman slot 1 and just make us even more tanky because of the ability he has whenever he's on the front line. What does he do? Where is it? Yeah, I'm stupid. I used to be a Mockman main. You'd think I'd know all this, but I don't. It's got to be in the active skill then. Star Ascending reduces the attack of 2 enemies with the highest attack and grants. So yeah, so that would give us some extra survivability, I think. The taunt would be nice as well if we had him built full tank. Am I gonna build a Mockman as just a tanky Mockman to just survive? That would be kind of cool. We'll have to see though. I need to get a Mockman copy, and those are kind of expensive. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're not looking good for anniversary. I'll tell you that much. But it is what it is. If it's a skip, it's a skip. And then we'll just have a lot of scrolls for the holiday season. I'm cool with that. But anyway, we'll do a few more battles against David, who, by the way, I think he is cleared. He's into chapter 3 now in campaign. We are still stuck in chapter 1. not only are we stuck in chapter 1, we're stuck on chapter 1-2. So that's kind of sad. Oh, I need to show you Sealand, actually. So as soon as we take a full active with all 5 chases here, I think I will show you what happens in Sealand, because we aren't winning. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that'll be good enough. Because the Ignis is just going to heal us to full, so it's never going to look like we take the full active anyway. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, because a lot of you are new viewers, I used to have a giant killer Aspen on the Aspen account that we fought in the very beginning before David. I sold it and I bought this Holmes Young with the Starry, which might confuse a lot of you, but I thought it would be funny, and it kind of was, to be honest. And I'm obviously enjoying myself. Yeah, we're taking a loss there. But we were able to win a couple times, which I'm happy about. So let me show you what happens in Sealand, because it might not be what you expect. So the problem with Sea Land is that most of Holmes Young's damage comes from damage over time. And as you can see by their little buff and debuff indicators above their health bars, they purify poison every single round, which means we do approximately 1/6 of the damage we would do with every poison proc, because it's supposed to last 6 rounds. So what position does this put us in? It puts us in a position where we are far too tanky to die, but we are literally unable to do our damage. Because even with Giant Killer, they purify 5/6 of the damage that we're supposed to do. Because if we look at here, he poisons all enemies, dealing 1,000% of attack damage for 6 rounds. And we get that for 1 round, which really hurts. Oh, here are his awakened stats. I don't know if I showed you. Precision, control, immunity, Giant Killer. I'm going to try to re-roll this when reset comes around. I want Giant Killer, obviously, because we need it. But I might also look for 2 defensive stats or 2 good offensive stats. I just don't want the control immunity, especially because of his last passive, where he clears a debuff from himself, which means he will clear a CC if he's CC'd. Or if we come over here, our next sublimation is that he clears another debuff. So if he's double CC'd, he clears both. Or if he has a dot and a CC, he clears both. Or if he has a mark and a CC, he clears both, which is awesome. Anyway, that's the only update I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day, everyone.